Are you dead?
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 Hey guys, my name is Modi and welcome back to Modi Speaks. In today's video, we are diving into something that is equal parts bizarre, tragic, and a stark warning about where big government and socialist policies can lead a society. I'm talking about this viral application exploding in China right now called Are You Dead? Yeah, you heard me right. An app that literally asks users if they are still kicking, and if you don't check in, it assumes the worst and alerts your contacts. It has topped the charts as the most downloaded paid application on Apple's App Store in China, with millions of downloads, over 100-fold spike in recent weeks. And guys, this application doesn't strike me as some quirky tech fad. Rather, I see it as a symptom of a much deeper rot in Chinese society, one that perceptive and reasonable folks have been warning about for decades. So grab your coffee and settle in, because we are going to unpack this whole stuff from a no-nonsense perspective, taking into consideration family values, government overreach, the dangers of communism, and why this app is both a band-aid and a billboard for China's looming demographic disaster. But first and foremost, guys, what the heck is this app? Well, in English, it is bluntly named Are You Dead? But in Chinese, it is called Silemi. Now, you download it for about 8 yuan, which is roughly $1.15 in US dollars. And every 2 days, you have to tap this big old button to confirm that you are alive and well. Miss those check-ins for 2 consecutive days and boom, on day 3, the app shoots off an alert to your designated emergency contact, like a family member or a friend, basically saying, hey, check on this person, they might be in trouble or worse. Now, this app marketed as a safety companion for solo dwellers, okay, young office workers grinding away in tiny urban apartments, students far from home, or even the elderly wasting away in isolation. There's very little information known about the creators of this app, which was launched last May 2025. The men behind the Are You Dead app are simply describing themselves as 3 men who were born about 1995 in Zhengzhou in Henan, China. Nothing more. Now, I find that to be very creepy. Why don't we have more information on these guys? Or were they actually agents of the CCP? These are the questions running through my mind. Now, these extremely low-profile developers say that their app is all about peace of mind in a world where people fear dying alone and unnoticed. Guys, something smells really fishy in all of this, okay? And I'm gonna tell you why in just a minute. But let us hear from the news outlets talking about this particular app. Take a listen.
Our next story is about China's new viral app. It's not some game or some kind of social platform. This is an app called Are You Dead? Are You Dead? And if the name sounds morbid, wait till you hear the purpose. This app has a big button for checking in every day. If you press the button, the app assumes that you're alive. If you don't press it for 2 days, the app informs your emergency contacts. That's why it's called Are You Dead? And guess what? Millions of young Chinese are downloading this app. So what fear is this technology tapping into? And what does it say about life in the world's second most populous country? Our next report tells you.
You open an app on your phone and the first thing it wants to know is if you are alive. That's the story of China's new viral app. It is called Are You Dead? The idea is brutally simple. Once every 2 days, you open the app. You tap a giant button that says something like, check in today. That's it. If you tap it, the app assumes you're alive. If you don't, it sends an alert to your chosen emergency contact in 2 days saying, hey, something is wrong. The app launched quietly last year. There was no big marketing push or celebrity endorsements, and then suddenly, early this year, it rose up the charts. It became the most downloaded paid app in the country. Young people living alone started downloading it in droves. The app itself was built by 3 young developers in their 20s. It reportedly cost almost nothing to make. Now, it's worth millions.
Now, while I understand why people may want to download this app, I still have a very strong inkling at the back of my mind that this app is totally fishy. A disaster waiting to happen. I staunchly believe that this app is not just a tech gimmick, but a damning indictment of what happens when a godless authoritarian regime like the Chinese Communist Party meddles in every aspect of life, shredding traditional values in the process. Think about it. China has the world's largest population, over 1.4 billion people crammed up into a pressure cooker of hyper competition, state control, and economic grind. Yet, paradoxically, in this overcrowded nation, people are more isolated than ever. Why? Because of decades of communist policies that have nuked the family unit. Do you remember the one-child policy that happened in China? That disastrous social engineering experiment that lasted from 1979 to 2015 that forced families to limit kids, leading to a skewed gender ratio, millions of abortions, often forced, and now a plummeting birth rate that is way below replacement levels. Fast forward to today, fertility is tanking. Marriages are delayed into the late 30s or even skipped altogether. Divorces are skyrocketing and young people are opting for pets over kids because raising a family in that cutthroat environment is insanely expensive and stressful. Now, what resulted out of that evil policy was a loneliness epidemic that went off the charts, okay? By 2030, experts predict up to 200 million 1% households in China. That is a solo living rate over 30%. We are talking millions of young adults in megacities like Beijing or Shanghai, holed up in soundproof shoebox apartments, working brutal hours with zero community ties. Kinship, the bedrock of any healthy community or society, has collapsed under the weight of urbanization and state propaganda that prioritizes the collective over the individual, but ironically leaves everybody atomized and alone. In Africa, and I believe parts of the West, people champion strong families, local communities, and faith-based networks as the glue that holds societies together. But in China, the CCP's atheistic grip has eroded all of that, replacing it with surveillance states and apps like Are You Dead to patch the holes. And let's talk about how this app also affects the lives of people. Yes, when you look at it on the surface, it has some advantages, yeah, like practical safety net for emergencies if you are passed out from a heart attack or in a bad mental health spot. That alert could, maybe save your life. It is especially poignant for elderly since over 1/5 of China's population is 60 years or older. Many of them abandoned in rural areas while their kids chase city dreams. Now, the developers are even eyeing expansions for seniors, but when you dig deeper into this particular app, you find it so heartbreaking because this app doesn't fix isolation. It just manages the symptoms. It turns human connection into a digital ping, okay? Reducing relationships to emergency alerts. What does that say about a society where you need an app to ensure that somebody notices you if you drop dead? It is the ultimate irony in an overpopulated world, in an overpopulated society such as China. Billions of people around you, yet you are so isolated that your demise can go undetected for days. This is exactly what you get when a country rejects timeless values like marriage, kids, extended families in favor of materialistic pursuits and government dictates. Privacy-wise, this should set off alarm bells for any freedom-loving patriot, okay? In a country where the CCP already tracks every move with facial recognition, social credit scores, and WeChat surveillance, how do you know that this particular app is not feeding data back to the regime? Emergency contacts, checking patterns, that is a gold mine for monitoring problematic citizens. Look, this app is needed in China because the CCP built a dystopian society where people are cogs in a machine, not souls in communities. In a truly normal society, you would have neighbors checking in on you, churches organizing visits, families living multi-generationally. But there, it is tech filling the void left by tyranny. The developers plan to sell 10% of the company for a 1 million yuan. Capitalism sneaking in, but I guess that would not even heal the wound. So, what do you think, guys? Is this app a genuine hack or a sad sign of the times? Do you see this particular thing coming to places like the West? What do you think about all of this? Well, as always, guys, these are my thoughts and my opinions. Please feel free to share yours in the comment section below, but do so respectfully. Also, if you're not subscribed to this channel, honestly, I don't know what you're waiting for. Subscribe to the channel. Like and share this video to keep people informed, and consider joining my membership or supporting the channel in any way that you can. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope to catch you on the next one. For now, peace.